Africa is rising, and 2025 will be a landmark year for its infrastructure revolution. From record-breaking dams to smart cities and megaports, these projects are transforming economies, boosting connectivity, and powering sustainable growth. Whether it's renewable energy, transport corridors, or digital hubs, Africa is building for the 21st century. Here are the top 10 Africa infrastructure projects in 2025 that are reshaping the continent. 1. Grandingga Dam, Democratic Republic of the Congo, the world's largest hydroelectric project. The Grandingga Dam on the Congo River could become the largest hydroelectric complex in history, with a potential capacity of 40 to 70 gigawatts, enough to power half of Africa. In 2025, construction ramps up on Inga 3, 4.8 gigawatts, a critical phase of this $80 billion megaproject. Engineers face immense challenges, including transnational funding and environmental concerns, but the payoff could be revolutionary: clean energy for millions, industrial growth, and a pan-African power grid. If completed, it will dwarf China's Three Gorges Dam and position the DRC as Africa's energy powerhouse. 2. Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, Nigeria, an $11 billion coastal superhighway. Nigeria's 700 kilometers coastal expressway, linking Lagos to Calabar, is set to become West Africa's most modern highway by 2025. Designed to boost trade and tourism, it features 10 lanes, smart tolling, and resilient flood defenses. The project will cut travel time from 12+ hours to under 6, while unlocking economic opportunities in port cities like Port Harcourt and Bonny. Critics question its environmental impact on fragile wetlands, but supporters hail it as Nigeria's biggest infrastructure leap since independence. 3. Lagos-Calabar Railway, Nigeria, a $10 billion rail revolution running parallel to the coastal highway. This 1,400 kilometers standard gauge railway will connect Lagos, Port Harcourt, Uyo, and Calabar, transforming Nigeria's southern transport network. Built by China Civil Engineering Construction Corp. (CEC), it will carry freight and passengers at 120 kilometers per hour, slashing logistics costs for oil and gas exports. 2025 targets include completing the Port Harcourt-Calabar section, integrating with the new Lekki deep-sea port, and boosting regional trade across ECOWAS. 4. Egypt's new administrative capital, a $45 billion smart megacity rising from the desert 45 kilometers east of Cairo. This futuristic city represents Egypt's vision for 21st century urban living. In 2025, key components reach completion, including the 385 meters iconic tower, Africa's tallest building, a massive government district housing 34 ministries, and the Green River, an 11 kilometers artificial waterway with parks. Designed to eventually house 6.5 million residents, it features 20 residential districts, Africa's largest cathedral and mosque, and an entertainment city comparable to Disneyland. 5. KZA Technology City, Kenya, Africa's Silicon Savannah. This $14.5 billion smart city project 60 kilometers south of Nairobi reaches major milestones in 2025 with the completion of its first phase, including the KZA Innovation Hub and initial residential clusters. Dubbed Africa's Silicon Valley, the 5,000-acre development is designed as a walkable, sustainable city powered by renewable energy with fiber optic infrastructure throughout. The city plan includes universities focused on STEM education, modern healthcare facilities, and mixed-use neighborhoods designed to foster innovation. By 2030, KZA aims to host 200,000 residents and create 100,000 tech jobs, potentially contributing up to $1 billion annually to Kenya's GDP through technology exports and services. 6. Sam Bangalu Hydroelectric Station, Senegal, a 128 megawatts clean energy boost. This €388 million dam on the Gambia River, scheduled for completion in 2025, will generate 128 megawatts of clean electricity shared between Senegal, 57%, Gambia, 30%, and Guinea-Bissau, 13%. The project includes a 91 meters tall dam creating a 134 million cubic meter reservoir, with power delivered through a new 225 kilovolts transmission network. Beyond electricity generation, it will enable irrigation for 100,000 hectares of farmland and provide flood control benefits. 7. Savannahtaka Wind Farm, Niger, a 250 megawatts renewable leap, Niger's first utility-scale wind project. This 250 megawatts facility near Tahawa will double the country's electricity generation capacity when completed in 2025. The $400 million development consists of 60 turbines, each 4.2 megawatts, spread across 7,000 hectares, with power feeding into Niger's grid and potentially neighboring countries. The project includes extensive training programs to develop local renewable energy expertise and is expected to reduce Niger's power sector emissions by 25%. Future expansion could increase capacity to 500 megawatts, making it one of the largest wind farms in West Africa and a model for Sahel countries with similar wind resources. 8. Addis Ababa City Corridors, Ethiopia, a smart urban overhaul. Its $1.5 billion urban renewal initiative is transforming Ethiopia's capital through sustainable mobility solutions. In 2025, the project completes 200 kilometers of protected bike lanes, 50 kilometers of green pedestrian corridors, and 3 new bus rapid transit lines serving 500,000 daily riders. The corridors integrate urban greenery, stormwater management systems, and public spaces to improve livability in one of Africa's fastest growing cities. A key innovation is the complete streets approach that reallocates space from private vehicles to walking, cycling and public transport while maintaining traffic flow. Future phases will expand the network to cover all major city routes by 2030. 9. Bagamoyo Port, Tanzania, a $11 billion trade megahub. Construction accelerates in 2025 on this $11 billion deepwater port and special economic zone north of Dar es Salaam. Designed to eventually handle 20 million containers annually, triple Dar es Salaam's current capacity, the first phase includes 2 1.5 kilometers long berths capable of servicing megaships up to 250,000 DWT. When fully operational by 2045, Bagamoyo could become East Africa's premier trade hub, competing directly with Mombasa and Djibouti while serving landlocked neighbors like Rwanda and Burundi more efficiently. Environmental mitigation measures include coral relocation and mangrove restoration programs. 10. Lagos-Calabar Corridor Railway, Angola DRC Zambia, a US-backed mineral express. This US and EU-backed $1.7 billion railway rehabilitation project reaches critical construction phases in 2025, upgrading the 1,300 kilometers line from Angola's Lagos port through the DRC's copper belt to Zambia. The corridor provides a faster, cheaper export route for copper and cobalt, reducing transit times from weeks to days, with initial capacity for 5 million tons annually. Strategically important for Western nations seeking alternatives to Chinese-dominated mineral supply chains, it's expected to boost regional GDP by $5 billion annually while creating 50,000 jobs. Future extensions could link to Tanzania and the Indian Ocean, creating Africa's first transcontinental mineral rail network.